So I'm going to talk about something the Buddha called the 10 courses of action. These 10 courses of action are divided into bodily action, verbal action, and mental action. And this is a classification of morality that the Buddha used quite frequently, quite often in the suttas, in his discourses. And it's very broad because we're talking about 10 aspects here of morality here. And they overlap largely with the 5 precepts, except that you don't find the alcohol drinking here in these 10 courses of action. So I'm going to bring in alcohol as well as I go through this. The first of these, so the first classification here is bad bodily action. And the first one of bad bodily action is, of course, not killing living beings or injuring living beings. And the opposite, the wholesome thing, of course, is to support living beings, to help life, to be compassionate, to have loving kindness, and to support beings in distress and that have difficulty. Support life, basically. This is the opposite. Always think of these things as 2 sides of the same coin. And this one interesting principle, which I maybe should mention straight away, you will see that the Buddha always taught this first. This comes at the very top of the list. And you also know for the 5 precepts, you know the first of the 5 precepts is always not to kill, not to harm living beings. Now why is it that this comes at the top of the list? Is it just random? Are the 5 precepts just a random order? Or is there a significance to the particular sequence here? And one of the things you will find when you start to know the Buddha's teachings very well is that the Buddha's teaching is always a gradual teaching. He said that one of the difficult things about giving a talk is always the talk should always be gradual. It should start at an elementary level and then it should actually rise up. So you will see typically in the suttas, you will see he starts off with the most basic things of virtue, and then he gradually moves up to full enlightenment. So everything the Buddha says, basically, there is a gradation there, and there's a reason for that particular sequence. No sequence is random. And the sequence that we are seeing here basically means that the killing of living beings is the most serious kind of bad bodily action that we can do. And the support of life and the compassion towards living beings is therefore also the most powerful of the good karma and the goodness that we can do. This is the importance here.